effective ruler, or not necessarily just leader and governor, senator, representative, whatever you may be. All right, so as we now move on, Russia's election is today. It's a mere formality, like Andy Sears' challengers, guaranteed to hand Vladimir Putin a fourth term in office. He's now entering his 18th year in office. The real intrigue, though, is not the race itself, but what happens after. The Russian Constitution bars Putin from running again in 2024, and this year's vote is a starting gun for the country's powerful officials and oligarchs to jockey for position ahead of an uncertain future. So, for Russia down the road, it should be very interesting. What could happen though? I think it generally kind of be a good thing if Russia gets maybe knocked down a few pegs, just based with the influence that we've seen they've have on just politics globally. They really shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, their cyber activity is very strong. Their influence campaigns through cyber activity is very strong. And, now we're learning that they can have command and control capabilities over our electric grid and our nuclear plants and so forth. And it's all very disturbing.
Yes.
I mean, there doesn't seem to be, any hope that Putin will be knocked from power
Anytime
soon. I mean, there's the laws about having consecutive terms, but that hasn't stopped him from maintaining power. He just takes a different position in the government, and his crony, takes the top slot. But he's really still in control, so it's kind of a farce. He's in his mid-60s. He's not going to die anytime soon. So, from old age. So there has to be some ways to kind of corral Russia's influence in the world. They're still not a very strong country in any other sense of the word, but their political influence is a little scary. I mean, the way they are helping, populist candidates all through Europe and the United States is a real concern that the Allied powers are weakening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be definitely something to watch. Russia's global influence on the world in 2018. And all right, speaking of influence, I don't know. I guess that looks like it'll be just about it. This story has influenced us to finish up our show for the day, I guess you could say. Big thanks to Glenn Bradford for joining us, and a big thanks to you. This Saturday, March 18th, 2017, we did our first ever show. Since then, we've covered the 2017 election. We've covered our strike on Syria. We've interviewed Matt Taibbi, just as some of the other amazing things we've done. And, of course, we've had Glenn Bradford appearing on the weekends with us, helping us get through these stories all through it all. We thank him for that, and we thank you for sticking with us through the 2018 midterms, even 2020, and all the crazy weeks, the crazy days that will come in the future. Thank you so much for sticking with us through 1 year of Newsflash being on air, and we hope our second year will be just as good as the first. And thank you so much for, obviously, to Glenn Bradford for joining us. This has been Newsflash, and we'll be back tomorrow.